Edwin Provenco on Wednesday, 8th November 2023 from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. on ABC News GH. Do not miss this insightful conversation. Ghana Rising, accountability, transparency, reloaded. What do you know about the Bulk Oil Storage and Transportation Co. Limited? Are you aware of the mandate of BOST? After 30 years of BOST, what are the major achievements and challenges encountered on this journey? For insights into these and many more, join us on Ghana Rising as Gordon Asaribediako clashes with the Managing Director of BOST, Mr. Edwin Provenco, on Wednesday, 8th November 2023 from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. on ABC News GH. Do not miss this insightful conversation. Ghana Rising, accountability, transparency, reloaded. What do you know about the Bulk Oil Storage and Transportation Co. Limited? Are you aware of the mandate of BOST? After 30 years of BOST, what are the major achievements and challenges encountered on this journey? For insights into these and many more, join us on Ghana Rising as Gordon Asaribediako clashes with the Managing Director of BOST, Mr. Edwin Provenco, on Wednesday, 8th November 2023 from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. on ABC News GH. Do not miss this insightful conversation. Ghana Rising, accountability, transparency, reloaded. What do you know about the Bulk Oil Storage and Transportation Co. Limited? Are you aware of the mandate of BOST? After 30 years of BOST, what are the major achievements and challenges encountered on this journey? For insights into these and many more, join us on Ghana Rising as Gordon Asaribediako clashes with the Managing Director of BOST, Mr. Edwin Provenco, on Wednesday, 8th November 2023 from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. on ABC News GH. Do not miss this insightful conversation. Ghana Rising, accountability, transparency, reloaded. What do you know about the Bulk Oil Storage and Transportation Co. Limited? Are you aware of the mandate of BOST? After 30 years of BOST, what are the major achievements and challenges encountered on this journey? For insights into these and many more, join us on Ghana Rising as Gordon Asaribediako clashes with the Managing Director of BOST, Mr. Edwin Provenco, on Wednesday, 8th November 2023 from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. on ABC News GH. Do not miss this insightful conversation. Ghana Rising, accountability, transparency, reloaded. What do you know about the Bulk Oil Storage and Transportation Co. Limited? Are you aware of the mandate of BOST? After 30 years of BOST, what are the major achievements and challenges encountered on this journey? For insights into these and many more, join us on Ghana Rising as Gordon Asaribediako clashes with the Managing Director of BOST, Mr. Edwin Provenco, on Wednesday, 8th November 2023 from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. on ABC News GH. Do not miss this insightful conversation. Ghana Rising, accountability, transparency, reloaded. What do you know about the Bulk Oil Storage and Transportation Co. Limited? Are you aware of the mandate of BOST? After 30 years of BOST, what are the major achievements and challenges encountered on this journey? For insights into these and many more, join us on Ghana Rising as Gordon Asaribediako clashes with the Managing Director of BOST, Mr. Edwin Provenco, on Wednesday, 8th November 2023 from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. on ABC News GH. Do not miss this insightful conversation. Ghana Rising, accountability, transparency, reloaded. What do you know about the Bulk Oil Storage and Transportation Co. Limited? Are you aware of the mandate of BOST? After 30 years of BOST, what are the major achievements and challenges encountered on this journey? For insights into these and many more, join us on Ghana Rising as Gordon Asaribediako clashes with the Managing Director of BOST, Mr. Edwin Provenco, on Wednesday, 8th November 2023 from 2 p.m. on ABC News GH. Do not miss this insightful conversation. Ghana Rising, accountability, transparency, reloaded. What do you know about the Bulk Oil Storage and Transportation Co. Limited? Are you aware of the mandate of BOST? After 30 years of BOST, what are the major achievements and challenges encountered on this journey? For insights into these and many more, join us on Ghana Rising as Gordon Asaribediako clashes with the Managing Director of BOST, Mr. Edwin Provenco, on Wednesday, 8th November 2023 from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. on ABC News GH. Do not miss this insightful conversation. Ghana Rising, accountability, transparency, reloaded. What do you know about the Bulk Oil Storage and Transportation Co. Limited? Are you aware of the mandate of BOST? After 30 years of BOST, what are the major achievements and challenges in
Wednesday, 8th November 2023. From Gordon Asaribediako, Ghana Rising. So, and now when go now wash now, we say across 25 radio stations across the country. Some say one TB that's adi, and your affiliates to a call live straight away. It will be difference name woman. Yes, affiliates. A call live straight away. And I was share television so me did say what last week now we try be ntimi aba fa che ni nyina no e ka adwuma no ho abia na baby ma be in fact I just say wa call abuche baby now would high rise building bi so na wo hwe baby no ambiance no very serene atmosphere me ne ajepa say yaba bulk oil storage and transportation BOST and na yaba office no ba be di enkomo ne Managing Director Edwin Afreni Obodai Province. Full name sanity. I am going for no Edwin Province. But the dinner decided company Alfred Edwin Obodai Province. And then meeting crank and many be can crime but more fight. What would take out one thing cry? And yeah, we didn't come work a cry because some time ago now you BOST wa. Now I say account kwa. It's BOST wa. Na eye kan kwanti obi am pese obeti BOST di me say aban kwate BOST was o masa ye dey bad biem because na kan kwa but for the past few years here what BOST wa na ye positive news so we are here to have a conversation with the Managing Director of BOST Alfred Obodai Province for him to give us insight into the mandate of BOST, what they have achieved so far, his vision as Managing Director. Very young man, very promising young man, receiving all manner of awards. But now saying na story be about bonte. So when I was actually coming here, I thought say be drag as a nanka. Yama me iPhone say 15 or say 20 back home. Yes, I got to iPhone bed say 2 million or say hey, and some horrible. And so we are here. On say Ghana Rising. Ya catch them say drop the rumors. Aye facts nkwa. Nti eba bedin ko. Obisa for ye come ho na ma MD Akwaba. MD, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Na mati say.
Na do
wow, what about video fatal? Now I quite remember, was it 2 years ago or so we woke up to some bizarre news. Now and sir wreath at the big room office. I know say Alfred ubegu. When now what Thanksgiving service there?
Oh, my cousin. I'm this morning cry me the anyamiase.
Correct.
Say we be on my shama me no.
Yeah.
You say enemies are not God.
Exactly.
Now, so I don't know the me sure say now a Valentine time.
Oh, so that was a Valentine gift.
You feel say now go for one person mommy Valentine present be. It's na omode bar first thing in the morning by 4 a.m. nom dia be go.
I see.
Enti I say thank you to them. Ni nyina aka ni o ma no ho.
Yes.
Aha boss dey do nyina Valentine and bank I'm sure say you know her.
Okay, so BOST is one of the institutions across the country, especially those of us in the media space and the young focus say what the mafia will hold, mafia hold for. So if you're able to survive and they make profit 10 things around that, yeah, nah, it doesn't really come easy. Those of us who are watching us from home, you can join us on WhatsApp 055-551-2971. Let me repeat it. 055-551-2971. 2971. That's the WhatsApp line. Obi to me akwa question with Facebook as well as on YouTube also. Any very interactive, short, concise, and very civil. Okay, I beg you, very very civil. More to ade with social media no, and me can't say me to ade was saying I had a babeton. Please, let us have a very civil conversation. So we are in a conversation with the MD of Boss. Mo mandate, yeah, say. Okay, see, we say a class where them with the equity and go for answer. The Asakra, the Ashe, the Manema. It's in Boston, so no. May understanding they say bulk oil storage and transportation. Do you have oil in bulk storage? Do you have it?
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Just a little correction.
Okay.
The name of the company has changed from bulk oil
Okay.
to bulk energy.
Really?
Storage and transportation.
Since when?
Since March this year, when we had the AGM. The wind blowing across the world, no, it's all about transition. Transition from dirty fuels to cleaner fuels.
Okay.
So when say oil we are doing, and on a day we back.
Yes.
Climate warming in your mind contributes a lot to the greenhouse gases.
Exactly.
And a dream was and a shareholder and a car say, my baby, you're two shareholder in him, say, baby, if you are say corner, I'm sure you here, a bedroom baby, not oil, no, you're big jar ton. The jar ton, the end, a baby. And you're the two shareholder in him. So, see a dream far. We have to think far so that we position Boss for the future.
Okay.
And that necessitated the change of the name from oil to energy.
Bulk energy.
A bulk energy storage and transportation company.
Oh, I see.
Oils, yeah, energy.
Okay.
Just say that change a bit to before for ABR.
Energy related.
Energy related.
Okay.
ABR in the future, a bit to store hydrogen.
Okay.
You bet to me store ammonia. You bet to me store blended ethanol. You bet energy.
Okay.
Power cars. Then your money. We have positioned for the future.
But has it altered your mandate?
No, it hasn't altered the mandate in any way.
Okay.
We are now going through a very aggressive strategy review session to be able to decide what we'll be doing in the future. And then once we do that and get approval from the shareholder, we go to the regulators to get the relevant permits so that we can provide energy to the company, not just oil.
But energy. Okay, so I see. So what is your mandate?
Okay. So your mandate's near three.
Okay.
Three key ones. The first one is, like you said, storage, transportation, and distribution.
Yeah.
And your first mandate, is to develop a national network of facilities that can enable us store, transport, and distribute bulk oil, bulk energy across the length and breadth of this country. That's the first mandate. Now, and soon as our mandate, you bet me, see a nyesika, EDCC, Nyoma ebe store tanks, ebe store oil na shim.
Yeah, I'm from the farm tanks, no, and I tank
farms.
You.
See a nyesika EDCC ni na ebi. Now your store we are to transport, there are 3 or 4 mediums of transportation. The most expensive one, a tanker.
Okay.
And no, any private sector, no, your partner, and tanker owners, or more lift transportation from one place to another. The next most expensive, the next least expensive one, barges. To say boat to be a CCCC.
Mame
water, barges be a friend of barges, but say boat. Higher day, oil gum. A pulley from the south to the north.
Okay.
And only barges. That's the least. That's the next in line of with respect to cost.
Okay.
The cheapest of them all, pipeline.
The cheapest of them all is pipeline.
Pipelines. And there, what they share for.
No pump you.
You 24 hours. So maintenance near long. And that's the cheapest in terms of cost. No. The pipeline is 25% of the tanker.
In terms of
cost of transportation, the 25%, the pipeline is 25% of the cost. The budget is about 35%
Wow.
of the cost. So, Crawford say the cost of petroleum products go up. One of the contributing factors is the mode of transportation. A huge chunk is being lifted through trucks. So, in terms of infrastructure for the transportation storage, we need pipelines, we need barges, and then other medium.
Okay.
Tugboats, barges, to bring the price of petroleum products down. And then they want to endorse. It is still a huge chunk of our transportation. It's done by a friend saying tanks.
So, MD, if I understood you very well, three means barges, pipelines, and then tanks.
Four plus rail.
Oh, but I had the same use. I had the three for the meantime. And I would say, in terms of cost involved, near tankers, they are very expensive.
Yeah, they were very most expensive of them all.
Okay, so in terms of percentage wise, or who put the means of transportation together, tank can hear about how many percentage?
Kumasi say you need pipeline to Kumasi. Into Kumasi, 100% tanker. What you say? Because you need pipeline to Kumasi.
Okay.
Into petrol, need diesel like Kumasi, the two tanks on the core. To the north, for one product, you use barges. The far pipeline move from Akosombo, Ekusi, from Tema, Ekusi, Akosombo. It drew Akosombo and they had a good boat. They are north. And no, for one product, I think it's diesel, you use it.
Okay.
But for petrol, north, sometimes you use it. Most times you use it tankers. So, in general, the percentage will be about, it has reduced from 100% in 2016 to about 55% thereabout.
Wow. So, MD, me understand the business sanity there, which means, say, to me, a cut number of tankers that you use to transport energy.
Petrol bobe form.
Petrol bobe form.
Pa.
Nene yet why then?
So I say Pesica at the CC pipeline in your man. No board thing. Akosombo pipeline and say you need about $400 million.
No, but I'm not sure. Say, you can see a Pesica now. How to get that money back? Will it be that?
Payback will be less than 7 years.
Okay, it will be your MD no. Before I buy your MD no. Now tanker transportation now a percentage saying.
Oh, that tanker 100%.
Hey,
100%.
And I say I could do saying.
Buy 55%.
But now yet why day and no buy now what reduce it to 50%. What has been the trick?
No,
but I will say. That's what
and yeah, you will be a friend of the friend of the political economy of Boston.
Okay, fine.
Tanker for no, those are more powerful people.
Oh yes, so they've been there all these years.
And so only tankers, no, it be politicians, it be doctors, it be a software, it be MPs, it be Juma or the teachers. Obia to me only tanker.
Me be aka me pe kra.
Now, our business, no, it's good.
Okay.
And there's an incentive
to continue
the tanker business.
Yes.
Because ABI and then papa and the chair and school fees, they share the fee for you now. Tori bia ukra uko biso musikani bia umbema obiedi.
Nekas we is keni.
Yes, it's in their interest to do their business. There's nothing wrong, say tanker.
Oh yeah, why not?
There's nothing wrong. And se boss ye se boss etumpo ye pa. The biggest people who lose out is the tanker owners.
Wow.
So it's not in their interest for boss to be efficient. That's the truth.
But I think say it is in the interest of the larger population.
It is in the interest of Ghana.
Yes.
To protect lives, to save cost on our roads, to reduce the cost of energy, for bus infrastructure to be operationally efficient, and build new ones. Okay. But yes, it's in the interest of everybody.
Yes.
However, these guys are powerful, so that's why the political economy.
No, yeah, I understand, but even though they are powerful, I think somebody somewhere like yourself should look at the larger picture in the interest of Ghana.
Yeah.
So that tiaba 20%.
Let me explain to you. Okay. So Kumasi pipeline. You will be a friendly feed front end engineering design.
Okay.
Yeah, feed in a. So what we've done is we've approached the tanker owners. Say the vehicle that will be set up for them, or 20% equity. Now, you see pipeline. What you say? And then a bomb.
Okay.
So that as we take away revenue from them off the road, they will get the revenue back from pipeline. And those are the kind of mechanism you feel say more agree they will be willing to allow us to.
Obia said the message here was say one zam for. One zam for mana or more circumcised. Was first one part what system no pa. But I say you hardly see one zam because if you are improving so that we get the tanker drivers in for because yes.
And I'm happy to say we've reduced the volumes drastically from the 100% into about 55%. And it's just not translated into the pump yet, but we need to get there.
What about the badges? Were they functioning?
Oh, badges in Nane Juma. I mean, yet near badges 4.
Okay.
Tugboat back and floating dock. None decommissioned. You see, I'm no
commissioner.
Just enough, use it.
You're fine, judgment.
You see, I'm no case badges in ba. Ejuma. Nina, me no case not pipeline in we had about 360 pipeline kilometers of pipeline. None in Ejuma. Tema to Akosombo pipeline, in Ejuma.
Wow.
We pay to Bolga pipeline, in Ejuma. And now me no case. Tema to Akosombo pipeline, Ejuma. We pay to Bolga pipeline, Ejuma. Badges nina, boats nina na at the commission mono. Umunine Ejuma. So it's amazing what we have achieved here.
Obi catch me say pipelines no crano at a point in time na and go for a punch ho. But was it true?
Oh yes. A do baby what they nsuo fa pipeline ni mu a. Nsuo ni nyina ebedru.
Wow.
But so the oil faster pipeline ni mu a. Oil ni nyina ndru.
Abani ya liquid no.
As a motie bi wo pipeline so omo the oil pen omo no. Omo pensio.
Wow.
By now me no ka say ye de bibi ye fe no technology bi ye fe no intrusion and leak detection system.
Intrusion and leak detection system. Okay.
As you say e ba na say leakage bi wo pipeline ni mu a system no be alarm be show.
Wow.
And now we be back close to the pipeline now. Alarm be show. But we are digitalization no. Ebini.
You know say digitalization.
Yeah, digitalization. And the time I hear pipeline no, and I maybe decided as a pipeline now you me use it. Because when me use here, the same thing that happened before it was the commission. It will happen again. So we commission another project to put in place an intrusion and leak detection system. And as I speak to you, since we started since we commissioned the pipeline, every month pipeline is working.
Would you say that you know has accounted towards to boss making profits?
Oh, and boss profit in the new baby.
Maybe I was for you are live on. You are live on Ghana Rise. We're having a conversation with the managing director of Boss. New Oboda province. What I mean the best so the beya and craft for no better say yes. Omoba omuni how can so yet no it's no Oboda province and anything come on. Office net in Beniaji. I follow Boss for a while. You used to be at a boundary road or so, East Legon, and I will move call Jowulu. ni nyina na mo rent dan no thousands of dollars and Nancy somewhere was a March or so and Dr. Bamia vice president commission here. Is it just mo baby papa and I said does it help you to achieve your mandate, execute your
this is a good question. And one of the great things that His Excellency Leonardo Danko Akufo-Addo, I remember telling me was that all the projects that you've come to meet, make sure you complete them.
I see. He told me that.
He told me that.
Wow.
That I should make sure I complete all the projects I've come to meet.
Wow.
So the head office was one of the projects we came to meet, which had some concerns. So we went through some delays as the investigations were ongoing. But once I got in, I'm like, look, let's not mix politics with
business,
commercial activities. So we resolved that, and this is the head office you see. So this head office was started in 2015, and we commissioned it this year, March. Yes. So we are happy we are here. Because of the delays, the cost ballooned, and so we could not afford the 2 blocks. So we decided to procure only 1 block, and we are happy we are here. You can see for yourself the kind of working environment, our staff working, and all of this has contributed to the profits and the profitability of the company. Because if you are a happy worker, happy customer experience, more money, more profit.
Talking about profit, I read somewhere that mostly by end of 2023, more targeted profit margin of about 10 billion Ghana cedis.
Any profit.
Any profit.
Profit 10 billion. Yes, and Ghana for revenue.
Is revenue.
We were target. Say your revenue. In 2021.
Yes.
With a revenue of 1 billion cedis, we made a profit of 161 million cedis.
Okay.
With a revenue of 1 billion. 2022, we multiplied the revenue by 3. So with a revenue of 3 billion cedis, we made a profit of 364 million. 2019.
Family go through. Buy. And I don't know, so be able to me. I started from 2017. Started from 2017 because you follow. Say them apart and say Kosro, for money because that's what Ghanaians really want to hear. Say, I'm iPhone, maybe so.
Let's start from 2017.
2017, yes.
In 2017, we made share before that.
Okay.
Yeah, buy 2017. I buy. Yet you say, oh, now bust, I hear profit, bust, I hear profit, bust, I hear profit. But now your auditing accounts for 2013, 14, 15 had not been audited. So on what basis can you say with the fact that bust made profit? So we didn't know whether we made profit.
And in good governance, before you can declare profit,
you must be audited. The accounts need to be audited. So when we audited the account eventually, in 2016, it was a 459 million cedis loss.
Wow. For 2015?
2016.
Okay.
It was 459 cedis loss. So on what basis now for foreign so my profit,
Wow.
There was no basis.
Audited account.
Audited accounts, 459 cedis loss. So we took the mantle and the challenge. But we knew what contributed to the losses.
Okay.
At that particular time, the operational expenditure, it was an election year.
Overdrive.
Its operational expenditure was almost 532 million Ghana cedis. Operational expenditure. Now, say, ene wohwe ene in 2016 no administrative expenses no was 538 million Ghana cedis.
538.
That was the year so in Bost history we had the highest revenue, which was 2.9 billion.
Okay.
And so at the highest revenue of 2.9 billion cedis, no, they had the highest operational administrative expenses of 538 million cedis.
Okay.
And the highest loss of 459.
No, but how do you explain that? Because if you are making revenue of 2 billion,
2.9 billion.
2.9 billion.
3 billion.
Let's say 3 billion, and then your operational cost is around 500 billion, 500 million. You still get about 2.5 million.
Maybe.
And I'm what saying.
Say and profit. We sales now your direct cost.
Okay.
We direct cost ni free mo and so now we be operational expenses ni free administrative expenses ni free.
Okay.
But in the oil business, no direct costs are very high.
Okay.
So now more year 2.9 billion. No, their direct cost was 2.8 billion. Into your more gross profit, 91 billion. 91 million. What you say?
Yeah.
Into 91 million, no, so years are 538 million, no free 91 million more. Now we have loss of almost 459
million Ghana cedis.
Loss. Fast forward to 2021.
Okay, so before you fast forward to 2021, let me also fast forward for a break. You have a commercial break. It will be just about a minute. You have back. See, we're having a conversation with MD of Boss. Very interesting revelations. You can see I'm trying.
What do you know about the Bulk Oil Storage and Transportation Co. Limited? Are you aware of the mandate of BOST? After 30 years of BOST, what are the major achievements and challenges encountered on this journey? For insights into these and many more, join us on Ghana Rising as Gordon Asaribediako clashes with the Managing Director of BOST, Mr. Edwin Provenco, on Wednesday, 8th November 2023 from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. on ABC News GH. Do not miss this insightful conversation. Ghana Rising.
All right, so welcome back. This is Ghana Rising. My name is Gordon Asaribediako. We're having a conversation with MD of Boss. Yeah, MD building the move fair and now you didn't come on. Higher banner, we say Edenya. You better be afa go for oil no. It's a simple man kaya but for. I trust you say we better mena edikubo. Before you corona, we running you through nema ekoso sika. Boss buy omotimenya e car na wo ho mo dada e kwama fa so badges ni ade omotimi ama ebi ma start eye adwuma eti e be sa akọ ne aba bedi enkomo ahwe profit na eba because aban bi ene ho no ma wo state institution na adwe ne say aban enkoboka esa na wote aban insunu eti if you are making profit in fact profit na one cedi krampo na you can't downplay it. How much more it's running into millions of Ghana cedis are yanunti yasamba yababedi enkomo MD mbiacho now pass on fast forward straight away yanko bo say revenue profit that is say
me say 2016 I buy
yes
2017 omo yehu revenue of 2.9 billion cedis
muhun ni atro da ho
yeah audited accounts no that it showed a revenue of 2.9 billion.
Okay.
That was one of our highest revenues then. Okay. It's no more now.
Okay.
But then it was the highest revenue ever.
Okay.
2.9 billion. Administrative expenses was 538 million cedis. Net profit or loss for the year was 459 million loss.
459
million Ghana cedis loss.
Ish.
Fast forward to 2021, with a revenue of 1.1 billion cedis. The administrative expense 228 million Ghana cedis. Once Ghana cost never goes down.
No.
Until from 2016 we have 538. And by now in 2021, can see a drew by 750 and now say by 1 billion. But our administrative expenses was less than 50% of their value in 2016.
But what was the trick then? Because 2.9 billion revenue, and then you make a loss of 459 million.
And then 1.1, you make a profit of 164 million.
I can't remember if you know. What can say? 4 minus 7 is not possible. It's very dear. So how possible? Okay. But Mama is possible.
Yep, it is possible.
Through prudence.
It is possible.
It is possible, Ampere.
Through operational efficiency and prudence and making sure that we are putting the right people at the right places.
Okay, then fast forward to 2008, 19,
2022. In 2021, with the revenue of 1.1 billion, administrative expenses reduced from 538 million in 2016 to 228 million in 2021. And then a profit of 164 million Ghana cedis. 2022, our revenue jumped threefold from 1 billion to 3 billion.
Okay.
Administrative expenses 342 million Ghana cedis, still lower than the 2016 administrative expense of 538 million cedis. With a profit of 343 million Ghana cedis.
3 billion revenue, administrative expense of less than 400 million.
Less than 400 million.
And then a profit of
343 million Ghana.
What is the magic? My magic, juju and tricks.
We have the men.
I see. No, but what can I say? Administrative expenses now. Because
we direct cost now. Cost na administrative expense.
Some more talker, more
depreciation, maintenance, travel,
medical bills,
medical bills, staff costs, administrative expenses, and over time it has reduced.
Okay.
From 538 in 2016. But guess what? 2020 was also an election year.
Yes.
2016 election year, no, administrative expenses was 538 million Ghana cedis. 2020 was an election year. Administrative expense was 209 million Ghana cedis.
Wow. I mean, also you are listening to us on more Bono Diampacho, K3 FM. And I would say Blue East also on Como FM, Mamu War, Greater Christian, Musort FM, and Okoli FM also muti hormo. Ashne Power Central Region, German Radio, Ewa Bono Kingdom FM Accra and Ashanti Region, Glory FM Ashanti Region, Virgin City Radio Ashanti, Achimasa FM so Eastern Region, Can Radio Ashanti, Subampa FM Ashanti, Biapa FM Ashanti, VOV Radio Water Region, Sisala Radio Upper West, Afima Radio Eastern Region, Bosome FM Eastern Region, and then Heritage FM, and so Ewo Oti Region. So far no, these are the few ones I bet me about. But me take I just say, share live. ABC News GH Television, so ABC News GH Television, so and I'm more share. No, bet me the messages now. 055-5512-971. Message be about Mr. Gordon. Let the man explain the magic wand he's using. Because was say Ben will be so 8 baby. Or when you trick me, be an consult media. A boy will not see so that Ghana will benefit.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Tama, yes, we declare vice president as the presidential candidate. You know. One of the key values he spoke about was patriotism.
That was last Saturday?
Last Saturday.
Okay.
So patriotism is key. Thinking about the nation first.
As the leader?
As a leader.
Okay.
And that was one of my key mantras here. Patriotism. And to be or a boss doesn't benefit, nobody else will benefit.
Yes.
and then commitment to excellence, ruthless expenditure cuts, and focusing on the customers and employees.
Ruthless expenditure cut now, I'm not sure say is affecting, I mean, what the workers are supposed to get. Say what the
it's not. No, it's not. It doesn't affect.
But one money a reckless expenditure.
But if you're spending 538 million cedis as an administrative expense in 2016, and fast forward to 2022, it's 342 million Ghana cedis. It's serious.
It's serious. Yeah, exactly.
And prudence. Despite us buying iPhones for our staff,
maybe iPhones,
we still made 342.
Oh, the iPhones over Bechemus this year. Oh, Nana Bwaji Trimudehine watching you live from Shudium through Salt FM. Greetings. Or say, so when or how long are we going to sit down and do the final refinery from the white man's country? Can't we purchase the same machines they using? Okay, Menyan Koto. It is a Mekota refinery. We are going to have this conversation over there. Why? I say, my name is Method Man from Adenta. I want the MD to brief us on performance towards meeting revenue target for 2023. You want the MD to brief us on performance towards, and now you want him to give us strategies towards achieving that target. Fine. It may be an internal strategy, but it's up to him. So, my yeah. Among Quafofin, Facebook Live was a champion CEO. Ugbo Ojibo obi sana ka no aha obi say Ugbo Ojibo. Okay, obi say Gordon, I have been following this man. I think he's a very honest person. Okay, I will focus on no. Okay, Matthias here. Obi say Nana Akufo-Addo needs 5 of this MD and all the attacks on him will go away so that he can have his sleepless nights. So anyway, it's we having a conversation. I am commo and because a strategic institution now. A da ya watchery. Muwo and it's supposed to energy. Do you have enough in so yeah, BBN?
You didn't make me finish the mandate. The second mandate was there.
Okay.
To be provide 6 weeks of strategic reserve.
Okay.
And the third mandate was to import fuel and export fuel, etc.
Yes.
To your question,
yes.
It addresses the second mandate.
Okay.
Do we have enough reserves?
Yes.
Now, what I keep telling Ghanaians is that, and I want to look straight into the camera as I say this, Ghanaians, as of 2008, the strategic reserve levy, which is like an insurance premium. For the nation was made 0. So since 2008, our strategic reserve levy has been 0. That means that no Ghanaian pays for the comfort of petroleum security. And if we are not paying the insurance premium, you will not get the insurance. What we have today it's not called strategic reserve. I call it inventory. So today we have inventory that can last us almost 3 weeks of downtime. But we don't have strategic reserves because nobody pays for strategic reserves in this country.
Okay, but must it have a tag? Must we say that per the cost build-up in determining the cost of fuel?
We should have had a strategic reserve levy there.
No, but what the question is, must we have that tagline there that this is for this mandate? Because I'm sure we can cut. You bet imagine 10 pesos be free, 1 2 be the abkase. This is for this.
It should be called. It should be given a name.
Why?
Because it is a public good. And the public good has to be paid by the public.
Yeah, I do understand. But if you are going to give it a name, it means it has to go to parliament or whatever.
It's there already. It's just 0.
It's 0.
It's 0. If you look at the price bill, petroleum price build-up, strategic reserve levy, 0. All they have to do as Ghanaians is say, look, we want to have 6 weeks of storage. It's going to cost us almost $480 million US. Let's put a levy there and hand over the money to Bust.
But do you think Ghana for your debate to have that conversation? Because the moment I didn't hear 0, no, you say the BB Bekan home, maybe 1 CD and then 10 pesos. Yeah, 10 pesos. I think we say full of boba heading and I'm a boy.
Do you want to consume the public good?
No, you answer the question
No,
first.
do you want to consume the public good?
Why not?
Then you have to pay for it.
No, the question is.
Do you want to consume the
No,
public?
I ask the question first. Say, if you are going to
Do you
change,
want to consume
if you are going to change the zero
Uh-huh.
to replace it with something, it means like let's say even 10 pesos. And then cost build up on the back also. Do you think it's a conversation we can have and then the government will be looking good in the eyes of everybody?
It is whether you want to consume the service or not. If you have a product called strategic reserve, which is ensuring that this nation has petroleum security, it comes at a cost.
Okay.
Who should pay for the cost?
We are the
Remember when
consumers.
we did COVID
Yes.
and we gave free electricity, free water? It came at a cost. Eventually, somebody had to pay
Oh,
for it.
we all
and
have
are
to pay.
paying.
Yes.
The same way, if we want to benefit from strategic reserves, then we need a national conversation to say, can we prioritize our
Okay.
needs? And if strategic provision of that public service or public good is a priority, then we need to make sure that those who consume that insurance pay for it.
But can't we do, let's say, re-engineering with the figures?
And everything is possible.
Oh,
All
yes,
I'm saying is
uh-huh.
that, all I'm saying is
Okay.
that if BOST mandate is to provide petroleum security
Yes.
and strategic reserves, it has to be paid for. Where the money comes from,
Yes.
I think it's the policy maker who has to decide.
Okay, I think me know ya dream, but and I'm say air cost build up on me say when the conversation comes, let's say me tina me back.
Maybe you one person or one person. And I can say I don't how it happens.
Yes.
All I want
because
is that it should not be zero.
necessarily we must have that storage there.
Thank you.
We must have it.
Every country has it.
But the idea is saying
You need reserve. A zero. There was inventory.
Okay.
Inventory no any be do by 3 weeks
okay.
because of gold for oil.
Good for you on the idea body.
Gold for oil same media. Look, it's one of the most powerful interventions from this government that Ghanaians should be grateful for.
Good for oil.
Gold for oil.
Okay.
And so I can't go for oil, I can talk for 2 days. But I'm going to summarize it.
Okay.
So, before COVID, this country was on a high slope. I mean, we were touted as one of the fastest growing economies. Our interest rates got to almost 15, 16. Inflation was single digit. It was amazing.
Yeah.
The country had recovered from the financial mess, and we were started growing.
Yeah.
Nobody foresaw COVID. And the rate at which we were growing, it made sense. You could borrow for development, but you know you were growing, so you can always get the money to pay off.
Because we had the capacity.
Because you had a capacity.
Okay.
Because you were growing.
Yes.
And then COVID struck. When COVID struck, what happened?
BBR.
The world came to a standstill. No income was coming into government covers. Production came to a standstill. Services came to a standstill. Industry came to a standstill. Farmers were told not to go and farm because everybody was told to stay at home
To protect lives.
to protect lives. So there was nothing coming into the kitty. And remember that we were spending. We had to buy medicine. We had to buy food. We know we gave free food.
Exactly.
Nobody
About
paid for
400,000
COVID
people.
medicine.
Yes.
When they went to Kolebu or anything, nobody paid for it. But we had to buy medicine, food, water was given for free, electricity,
Disposables.
disposable.
Yes.
That is serious consumption. It was not enough, so we even had to borrow more to consume. But guess what? Before we did that, one of the president's address, fellow Ghanaian address,
Yeah.
Okaya, President Ebeni Ebedi Nkomobi, or say, he's going to protect lives at all costs.
Yes.
Because he values the Ghanaian life, not only MPP lives, he values NDC lives, he values PSP lives,
Yes.
he values everybody's life. And the life was so important that he was going to make sure that lives were protected.
In fact, that's why he said we know how to.
We know how to bring economy back to life,
But we don't
but
know.
we do not know how to bring dead people back to
Yeah.
life. So we saved your mother. He saved my mother. He saved all of your crew's mother. He saved our relatives. He saved everybody in this country. But it came at a very high cost.
Exactly.
And he knew it was going to come at a high cost. Because if you listen to that same address, he said that the economy was going to suffer a little.
Yeah.
But he will know how to bring the economy back to life. So without any income coming in, and us depleting our reserves, we still had to look for money to buy fuel. We still had to look for money to buy medicine. Our forex reserves had dwindled. So the demand for dollars, the little dollars, would make the price do what? Shoot up. And when the price of dollar goes up, you and I know that it touches everything. So when the price of dollar goes up, the price of food will go up.
Exactly.
The price of transportation will go up. The price of
electricity
will go up. The price of water will go up. And in November 2022, inflation got to 53%.
Over the roof.
Over the roof.
Yeah.
Honor, our leaders got together, led by President Nana Addo Dankwa, mandated His Excellency VIP, who called a group of guys together. I was one of them, to say, how do we solve this problem?
Okay.
Now, inflation has two parts. One part is due to the monetary side, where you have plenty money in the system.
In circulation,
so,
yeah.
And then the other part
The demand
is fiscal. It's
Yeah.
based on demand and supply.
Yeah.
It's temporal. So when we investigated the issue, we realized that the temporal inflation, we could do something about it.
Okay.
And what was the solution? The solution is that we realized that Ghana needed almost $4.8 billion to bring in fuel on a yearly basis.
4.8
billion.
Wow.
That's almost $400 million dollars a month, thereabout.
And again, you acquire of your 3 billion.
4.8 billion.
Wow.
For a year. That's about $400 million a month. Demand
For fuel.
dollars, for fuel in this country.
Okay.
So we all agree that if we can take the demand for the petrodollars out of this economy, then what's going to happen for the overall demand for dollars in Ghana? It's going to come down.
So the other traders, some of call Turkey, China, Koto, Papuanis, and
dollars.
Okay.
And the overall demand for dollars will come down. When the demand for dollars come down, what will happen to the price of dollars? The price of dollars buffer, what will happen to the price of food? A buffer, what will happen to the price of transportation? What happened to the price of oil?
I see.
And the whole question was, what other payment mechanism can we have so that we can use it to pay for the oil? So that this $480 million demand for dollars will be taken out of the economy. And then we remember that there was a reason why they called this country Gold Coast.
Okay.
Because we have a lot of gold. So instantly, I spent last Christmas in the Middle East and New Year. I was sent out to go and look for suppliers of petroleum products who would take gold and give us oil.
Without us struggling to get the dollars in cash or okay. Or
so let me fast track it, or else we'll not finish this program. So fast track to today, the petroleum price that was at 23 cedis is now hovering around 12, 13 cedis
per liter.
Inflation that was at 53% is now hovering around 35% as we speak.
Yeah.
You and I'm sure my listeners know that price is sticky downwards.
Yes.
The price costs a check and some.
Yeah.
But buffer. Good. First time in Ghana's history, you reduce the transport fares by 10%. Transport fares has never been reduced. But because of gold for oil, transport fares have been reduced. What we set out to do was to take the demand for dollars out, which we achieved, and hence you see the downward trajectory of prices and downward trajectory of price of oil, which affects all other services. Exchange rate has stabilized. So gold for oil has worked, and I believe that within the next 6 to 7 months, you will see its real impact in this economy. If the people who claim they don't see it are still not seeing it. No, today, 70 to 80% of our payments for oil in Ghana today is through gold.
Hey,
direct gold.
Senior, I think the English is too much. For the benefit of our listeners. But honestly speaking, I use about 63 and 40 English. Okay, but you see, you be wrap up until last days are dangerous. But almost say oil as 17 to be na was with me a cambo, but it's gold for oil. Obet my casture was say, ye dissemonsa more back of Ghana, PMMC, Goyle. Yes, say mon cautious side me wait make I say dey who dey dance gold for oil policy na abwa Ghana pa.
Oh, and na me no kasi. And net international price for oil no.
Yeah.
E wo baby ana November 2022 e wo no.
Yeah, near top later 23 cedis.
Thank you. And net international price for oil they drew ho. Nti aden na ye pump price ni drew ho.
Okay.
Because of gold for oil.
Because gold for oil no buy no dollar na stabilizes
itself. $6.
Ya no na confirm person beka obeti say wo kasi ya chichire da.
Dollar ndia ya chichire no. Na the graph can say what show say gold for oil na chichire dollar no na ebia the kebia yenti. But what percentage? Gold for oil has played a critical role.
Okay.
Because the gold for oil in nye hwe kra ene say wo the fuel ba 100 cedis. Na me the fuel ba 50 cedis ah. The one we bet me aton fuel.
Dabi.
And eventually over there, we 50 cedis. And this a gold for oil and yeah, cra. Gold for oil, the prices of the petroleum products above from. And then the Ghanaians are benefiting.
Yes.
And a lot of Ghanaians are benefiting by reducing the prices from 23 cedis to today's 12 cedis.
And would say now just 2 months and then just a month now here no IND right it would give some revenue target no 10 billion with me.
Oh yeah, your budgeted figure no was about 5 billion. But and now me know cause you drew by 8 billion.
Okay.
Minjin this said 2 months they bet to 2 billion.
But so connect. Obi say I should let you repeat how much Ghana spends to import fuel every month.
About $400 million.
About $400 million every month. About $400 million every month. And we say I'm Emmanuel listening live from Bosome FM. Is the gold for oil a reality? Because others say it hasn't reduced any burden. Can you confirm it is indeed reality? I mean, Chad, never tea was Ghana rises. It is a reality.
This answer our car because our car.
Okay. Okay.
Our car, our coffee and how we say rice is no more 23 cedis.
Well, would be when we for tag for okay, omotonema. Na one mammy a yikitu be patrol. I think say next time if na kasabe 10 before we come here. Or can go for oil no more. Say last year. Now we pay $50,000. Edi akoya dia. Was it bra wo brain no. Was it me musa say and they enkofo could job for Christmas but one was it $1 ento. Yeah, so was it a reality no. This is the reality. Say and they wo per dollar ubi to me enye bi ni nyina ye through gold for oil. Okay. Obi was it enti mo tanks na e wo pon was he no. Bibia mu sisi ho sa no bibusa bibia mu
de won
wo sa wo ko APD Accra Plains sa e ho amodia
ya dia na yen so BDC for no e bi mo so store with us.
Okay.
Until us and other BDCs
na mo oil na jayira.
Oh, now what is your highlight? Dan say anya iPhone say no mo kan omo ankan iPhone omo si won coffee machine na wo ho. Almost a coffee machine.
Now make you ya bet na da mo my coffee no me. Mo so mo coffee making machine.
Na say we buy no caps wo ho anka so wa ya coffee.
Anti bi ba de mo pepe banko na peaceful member.
Say oh kwa wa bu coffee.
No but iPhone here the what is be patrol just a minute.
iPhone the ban is iPhone no ase nipa kro na okọ enta amount no.
Okay.
PPA website. No.
Yes.
Either say he added some more zeros.
Or your mistake.
Okay. Into the actual amount of money, no, you're 280,000 cedis.
Bad na mokoto iPhone.
Mamin true. Into one say, maybe not yen your man yera. Yeah, oil in your man yera.
And you oil in your pino.
Oil in yera. Now, and then me no say we have a system. Digitalization yi new.
Okay.
Your was system say person hwe say depot way inventory wo hoye ahen ne ton what's the balance real time ene yetumi hu now that problem ne say now wo ebia wo use yam phone we ebia wo use Android we so use China phone bi enti tore bia application and yejuma wo mu phone so
yes
and to enhance operational efficiency no then you decided that let's standardize on iPhone near farmer management any executive board so that the information they want they can get it real time and we had to standardize and when we standardize we bought it at the market rate and then Sikana almost had the iPhone could be such a new iPhone or it's more than that iPhone.
Okay.
And it's a working tool. Time yenya no mono noise no. Time 2016 omo losses no. Omo kra omo to phones the man for omo to laptops the man for.
Okay.
And now ye profit. Ye person ye safeguard your losses in your man. I know na amount for say to iPhone na ye bone. Enye bone kra.
Obi Abusa me was say, God, I'm watching you live, and I think you have an iPhone because the phone that you are holding.
God is hearing your iPhone, Samsung.
Was say was suspected me iPhone.
Now
but was say phone now me put that Samsung. There's a phone we use with the as a journalist. I'm working as a naked person. As someone back work at no. And to know, maybe I say because. Okay, well, he was talking about some security issues. Say, who use other phones apart from iPhone? Any people to me, phone. No, that's what the person is telling me. Say,
it was for standardization and security.
Okay,
because iPhone virus into mention.
Okay,
other phones, no virus can attack you easily. iPhones, that's not there. Okay. So that's why our executive, your Tomo, and now GMB or person share performance of the company. Application on phone or so that's why we bought it and it has enhanced operational excellence and maintain it
and then you called the iPhone saying
iPhone 12 13 and then iPhone 15 I see as a snack oh your best is new features are
okay, so I don't know when you are going to leave Boston, but of course, certainly you are going to leave Boston. How would you want to be remembered?
Nana, me say, me ye experiment.
Okay.
I'm saying, me near around there, me sure said ye jumane eko.
Okay.
And I'm so happy to let you know that this trajectory will be sustained.
I see.
I may not be here, a different leader will be here. But if Bost has been able to make 3 million cedis profit, I think Ghanaians, the journalists, and my staff will not accept anything less.
Yeah.
They should not accept anything less. Public institutions with state power behind them should not be making losses.
I see. I was a Japon program now, Ghana Rising, and I did Mono from the head office of Boss, your name managing director of Boss, NBD and Komo, Alfred Edwin, New Obodai, Provenza, any bin can Provenca, ni Provenza, Edwin Alfred, New Obodai, Provenza.
Thank you.
And now, you're NBD and Kono. Mr. Family Gordon, as I be Diako, Auntie Bibaname. Anybody, when I'm Yaduma, it's now when next week Wednesday, no, you be the call MD, that's it. That's it. Think the beauty man have height. We are out of here. Have a blissful day.